through your effort over years and hours the right to call yourself a musician. Not because you happen to open GarageBand on your Mac, but because you put in incredible hours to learn how to become an artist and a musician. For the rest of your life, you get to say, I am a musician. That carries incredible privilege. We should be extraordinarily proud of it. It also carries a fair amount of responsibility, because it means for the rest of your life, you may very well be the only artist in the room. Think of how many people are in your high school. How many of them dedicated themselves to art and became artists? It's a handful. It is a small percentage. The most successful schools around 10%. Often it's about 3%. So that's what percentage of the population taught themselves to become artists at a young age. That's the percent. And for the rest of your life, that number gets very small. But here's the good news. For the rest of your life, you get to be the artist in the room. For the rest of your life, you get to stand up and say, no, I know exactly what it takes to become a musician. I know the effort and the dedication and the incredible expense and the sweat and the blood and the tears. I know what it means to become a musician. They do not give it away. They didn't give me a sticker that says musician. I earned it. And you get to stand up the rest of your life and fix it. And say, let me tell you what it is to be an artist. Because I promise you this, for the rest of your life, every time you hear something about the arts, and you know that you are an artist, there will be 100 people standing behind you trying to tell you what art is. Of those 100, you might be the only one who is actually an artist. For the rest of your life, people will try to tell you what it is to be a musician. They don't know, you do. You have earned the privilege of standing up, turning to that and saying, no, let me tell you what music is. No, let me tell you what music means to me. Let me tell you what music can do to the world, because I've seen it and I've done it. I didn't read about it in a book. I did it. I achieved it. I am a musician. You get to do that forever. It's a cool gig. But it's also a responsibility. It also means you have to do it forever. Because the moment we're quiet, the moment we don't stand up and let me tell you what art to do, the moment we stop saying that, somebody else will fill your place. And that person doesn't know the first thing about art. They've never been touched. They've never been brought to tears by music they created. They've never changed somebody's life through art. They haven't done it, and they will try and make decisions that you should be making. Lead, my friends, lead the arts from now until you're done. The future's in excellent hands. The future is in extraordinary hands if you just grab it and say, yes, I'm going to make the decisions from now on. I'm the artist in the room. I'm so proud of what you've done, just in here, but I'm actually proud of what you've done as people in the short amount of time you've been around to make yourselves artists and do this thing that you do. So now I'm going to keep doing it. So that's my feeling on what the responsibility of being a musician and how special it is. I'm obviously somewhat passionate about it. I'll learn to calm down. No, I'm never going to calm down about it. No shit. But it is a special thing that we get to do. It is extraordinary. Some of us get to do it for a living, which is almost like criminal, but you can, in fact, do it for a living. One of the ways we can be artists is to teach art. And teaching art is a wonderful, noble profession. And I recommend to you, as you move through your life, to think about teaching art for a living. There are lots of different ways to do it. There are applied teachers. You all probably study with an applied teacher or have at some point. There are teachers in public schools. There are teachers in other places that just create music. They need to do it for a living. So it is a viable, wonderful profession. I was a high school band director for 10 years. I absolutely loved it. I couldn't have been happier. I was ready to be in my high school for the rest of my life. I had 300 students. I had 5 concert bands. I was like, yeah, let's go. And then somebody whispered in my ear, what if you taught other high school band directors? I went, oh, that sounds like fun too. So I went to teach college. But you can teach. Teaching is a great and noble profession. I ask you to think about it. There are lots of noble professions. No matter what you do, if you're an attorney, if you're an accountant, if you're an engineer, whatever you are doing with the rest of your life, you still get to be a musician, and there will be opportunities for you to be a musician no matter what walk of life you are in. There are community bands everywhere. There are community orchestras everywhere. If you're someplace where there's not a community band, start one. You have the expertise to do it. Start a brass quintet or a woodwind quintet, and then grow from there. For the rest of your life, you can do things like that and bring more art to the world. So, it's been such an honor to get to work with you for the last couple of days. I just wanted to leave a couple of parting words on my thoughts about the arts and what the arts can do. And they are indeed powerful and meaningful, and you are the ones who deliver it. So, my thanks to you for that. But if we could just, so if you would just give yourself a little round of applause for being here.